Let's move on to Afghanistan, a war-torn country which continues to face terror attacks despite attempts to bring the Taliban to the negotiating table. Recently, when the Afghans were celebrating the Independence Day, the Taliban and other terror groups were on outrage in the country. We have a report.
As when Afghans were waving the national flag to celebrate the country's 101st Independence Day on August 18, the terrorists were firing rockets at the main diplomatic area in capital Kabul. The diplomatic area and foreign embassies were closed for safety reasons. Witnesses say they heard at least 4 rockets land near the Green Zone, the diplomatic area where many embassies and NATO's headquarters is located.
نمی‌دونم سراچه آمد یا نفهمیدم با جان نفهمیدم 3-4 دور مزال شارت کرد اینجا خانه خورده مردم بیچاره چی کنم از امنیت همین میخوایم یک مسلمان وضعیت چی کنه باید امنیت گرفته شود این خوشحالی ما چی است که سال از
The attack came at a time when peace talks between the Taliban and the Afghan government has hit another roadblock. Inter-Afghan talks have been postponed for an indefinite period after Kabul suddenly halted the release of the remaining inmates. Afghan President Ashraf Ghani said that they would not release the remaining 320 prisoners unless the insurgents free the captured Afghan soldiers. Meanwhile, few more countries like France and Australia have also urged Kabul not to release these prisoners as they have been convicted of serious violent attacks on foreign citizens. Afghanistan has already released about 80 of the remaining 400 Taliban militants after the recommendation of traditional Loya Jirga Consultative Assembly paves the way for the long-delayed process. But the constant seesaw happening on the question of prisoner release has once again shown that achieving a negotiation with Afghanistan is not an easy task.
I think the peace talks are going nowhere. And fundamentally they are going nowhere is because of ideological differences between what the Taliban want and what the Afghan government needs. What the Afghan Taliban wants or desires is a Sharia-controlled society. Whereas the Afghan government has worked very hard, especially supported by the United States and the West, to create some sort of a democracy. Now the prisoner swap, the Americans may actually pressurize the Afghan government to continue with the prisoner swap. But ultimately, even if the Americans leave or they don't leave, intra-Afghan dialogue is not going to succeed. And if the Americans force the Afghan government to go in for it, at some point of time when a joint government is formed between the present Afghan government and the Afghan Taliban will take over.
Peace still looks an elusive dream in the war-torn nation as the scale of violence has significantly increased since after the US Taliban peace deal signed in Doha. Even after reaching a closer to peace deal with Kabul, the Taliban has not put a halt to an all-out offensive on the battleground. Afghan security forces and civilians are being killed on a daily basis. Besides the Taliban, a large number of terror groups are operating in Afghanistan with the constant support of neighboring Pakistan. Pakistan is not only providing training and finances to these terrorists, but is also creating new terrorist groups to continue unrest in the war-torn nation. There is an apprehension that amid the US departure followed with a possible covert support from the Taliban, other terror groups like Islamic State and Al-Qaeda will grow dreadful and fearless.
I think a mistake has already been made by the Americans talking to the Afghan Taliban, which has given them legitimacy. Now they consider themselves the legitimate government and they consider the Afghan government as being illegitimate. So the Afghan Taliban will do everything in its power to get back into power.
Nearly 2 decades of war with the Taliban have left nothing but scars, sorrow and devastation. The country gained independence from British colonization 100 years ago, but has never really got free from the violence.